Good evening, good night, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. You have just watched the mighty Nyarko winning the 1938 Grand Prix de Paris. Nyarko, unbeaten, was bred and owned by Senatore Federico Tesio and by Marchese Mario Incisa della Rocchetta under the banner of Razza d'Ormello Giatta. Nyarko went to stud and his progeny changed completely the world of the modern thoroughbred. And this is a phenomenal achievement. If you think that all over the world, every day, in every race, more or less over 90% of the thoroughbred running carry his bred. Today, we have a very special guest, the man of the moment. If I may, I can say the talk of the town, Mr. Nurlan Bizakov. Welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you very much, Carla, for having me.
Well, it's a great pleasure because, as I said, you are the man of the moment, or as the English say, the talk of the town. In a space of more or less a week or 10 days, in Deauville, you won 2 group races. One with Lazat, the Primor is the guest, and then you won a very, very important and historic race, the Prix Ara-Frenette Buffard Jacques Lemarois with Charin. And these are extremely good achievements. I know because you told me one day when we traveled together from York to London by train, that you were born in Sumbe, which is the name of your company. How come that from Sumbe you started to be involved in horse racing?
Oh, it's obviously Kazakh people. We used to be nomad, and we used to travel many kilometers.
Excuse me if you interrupt you. You should talk closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, as a Kazakh people, yeah, we used to be nomad, and we used to spend a lot of time on horses, and horses in our blood, and horses have been everything for Kazakh people because we eat horse meat. Yeah, we have special bred horses that we can enjoy, and but racing itself, yeah, it was introduced by my brother-in-law many years ago. I used to have a football team in Kazakh Premier League.
Oh.
And then I decided to stop it for some reasons. And he said, "Why you are investing in these silly footballers? you need to think about horses." But at that time, I was doing plenty of show jumping, and I love horses just to ride. And I said, "Okay, let's try to buy one horse." And luckily, my first horse was very lucky for me, and it was Kazakh endurance races, long distance races. And this filly I bought from Russia, actually. She won plenty of good races for me in Kazakhstan. And then I went to UK for Tad's horse and training sale and to buy a few horses. And then I realized what we're doing in Kazakhstan and what is English racing. It's completely different, and I was taken by English racing, and so yeah, so I bought my first yearling back in 2006.
Sorry if I interrupt you briefly. I have to say that a few kilos ago you were a jockey.
No, I wasn't jockey, so I was just riding.
Or a good rider.
Yeah, so I love riding horses, even though it's not easy now. But I used to ride. It was for me, riding a horse was like a therapy, you know. So when you have difficult job. So 1 hour on the horse would be like a good clinic for you. So your brain would be empty, and you can start doing something else. So, but yeah, I still love riding horses. Yeah.
But anyway, since you started, as you say, buying quite a few horses in training in England, and then you decided to acquire one of the historic farms in England, in West Sussex, the Esmond Stud, which was owned at the time by the Goulandris family. The Goulandris from Greek has always been involved in the shipping business.
Yeah, Peter Goulandris, yeah.
Sorry?
Peter Goulandris.
Yes, Peter Goulandris, but I say the family in Greek is a Greek family, all the time involved in the shipping business, like the Niarchos, all these guys. So you decided to acquire this Esmond Stud.
Yeah, so actually it's been second time in lucky, I would say, because with Peter we agreed everything. I think it was 2008 or 2009 that I would buy Hesmans. We agreed everything. We did all due diligence and so on. But Peter last minute said, "No, excuse me, I'm not selling Hesmans." So and said it's my passion and everything. And then at that time I was looking for a stud farm, and then I tried to buy a Normandy stud from Philippa Cooper.
Philippa Cooper.
Yes, again we agreed everything. We did all due diligence, and before signing a contract, Philippa said, "Oh, sorry." I'm not going to sell it because it's her passion, and I understand this type of decision because we are all breeders, we are all passionate about horses and so on. And then when Philippa told me that she wouldn't sell me, I approached Peter again and said, "Look, Peter, if you're happy, we can do a deal like this in 2 days." He said, after 1 week, he said, "Okay, let's do the deal." And so I managed to buy Hesmans, and which I have no regrets, because Hesmans stud, it's been a history as well. So Peter bred plenty of good horses, and I bred some good horses there. So, but obviously, I've been looking for different jurisdiction as well, and France was my
well, hold on a second. Before going to France, I have to say that at the same time you were building a string of horses in training, and your major trainer was, if I'm not wrong, Roger Varian.
Yeah, I mean, so I bought Hesmans stud in December 2010. So, and obviously from then I invested plenty in the yearlings, broodmares.
Yes, you bought a lot of very good broodmares at the age.
Yeah. So it's been investing in broodmares because without broodmares we don't have any thoroughbreds. Yeah, it's simple like that. Yeah. So and I've been trying to find a trainer for me, and actually I've tried every top trainer in the UK, maybe apart from William Haggis. So I've never had any horses, William Haggis. But for me, it's having a trainer that it's all about relationship, and every person is different. So, and in Roger, I think I found a person I'd like to deal with on daily basis. So, and again, so we had plenty of bad days together, and we had plenty of good days together. But so in Roger, I found a trainer that we think the same way. We can discuss stuff, and I'm very happy that I found Roger, and he's been training for me almost 10 years. I remember I sent him my first filly. She was good Willie, but without winning any maidens for another trainer. But I sent her as a 3 years old, and Roger managed to win first 3 or 4 races, and then we ran her in Epsom Oaks, but unfortunately not good as we hoped. Yeah.
Now we will have a break, and then we will come back very soon. Please stay with us. Don't go away. Then, as you said, you try to move to other jurisdiction in racing and breeding.
Obviously, I love English racing and the prestige of English racing. But I remember my first good horse, Ascartao, who won lately 2 Group 2s and Group 3s listed races. But I remember when he won 5 races in a row, he made, I don't remember, 15 or 16,000 still.
Wow.
So winning 5 races and getting this money. So, and I thought something wrong with this system. So, and obviously prize money is a big issue in the UK, and obviously we all want to win big races, but not every horse can be a group horse. So that's why it's all about these maidens, even class 5, class 4 races. And we've been looking to some other jurisdiction with Tony Fry, who is my manager for a long time. And we always look at France. And then I bought shares in stallions like Le Havre and Siuni. And I went to see these farms. And obviously I've been sending my mares to France to be covered by Le Havre and Siuni, and to be honest, I always found my mares coming back from France, they wouldn't look as good as I hoped. And I told Tony, maybe, I don't know, maybe we just need to try to buy a farm in France just to boat my mares for breeding season.
And
maybe.
To manage the mare yourself or your management.
Yes, just yeah. At that time, I didn't think that I moved to France. I was just thinking about my mares, that I wanted to look after them better than we would get a service from French breeders. I don't know. So it was my personal opinion. And then, obviously, I was a shareholder in Le Havre, and Sylvain Vidal, the owner of Montfort and Prior, approached me saying, "Oh, so it's my farm could be for sale," and obviously Le Havre was a big attraction as well, because we agreed that Le Havre would stay at the farm.
Sorry if I interrupt you, but I want to tell the watchers that Sylvain Vidal, Arras de Preux, Montfort was one of the historic farms in Normandy.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's historic farm, but Sylvain Vidal made brilliant job to develop this farm, and obviously Le Havre was his the biggest achievement, I would say. To make a stallion like Le Havre, it's a dream. And yeah, so and I bought Montfort and Prior from Sylvain, and then yeah, obviously our diet, yeah, and it was a big shock to all of us at my company. But it's not only a big loss for me, a big loss for French breeding and for everyone, I would say. And at that time, so this Arado Mesere was on the market as well. So
sorry, Arado Mesere owned by the Moussac family, other people involved in the shipping business, like the Goulandries.
No, Paul de Moussac, the father of Charles Henry, obviously he built this farm from zero, and Paul de Moussac obviously has been maybe if not the greatest, but one of the greatest breeders in France, and they breed two ARC winners and plenty of other Group 1 winners, and I would say Arado Mesere, it's a very historical farm in France, and Charles Henry, his son, he managed after his dad.
Paul de Moussac, many years ago, used to have a very good filly in training. They won the Oaks in Italy with Avvocato Carlo D'Alessio, who was a very important owner in Italy, the Paul de Moussac.
Yeah, it's he won plenty of Group 1 races.
Oh yes,
breed plenty of nice horses. So and obviously when I had this opportunity to buy Arado Mesere, I didn't hesitate, and we managed to agree everything with Charles Henry, which I'm quite grateful for. And at that time, so obviously we moved all my horses from UK, from Hesmans to France, and now so all my horses are based in France, apart from horses in training, which I have in England and in France.
So at the moment, your own mares are at the Arado Mesere.
Yeah, Arado Mesere, it's more or less
private farm,
private part, and Montfort and Prior commercial part, because we've got stallions there, and some clients keep their mares and progeny at Montfort and Prior.
And then you move forward because since last year you started to sponsor the Primorny Day in Deauville, which is one of the most important racing day in Europe, because the Primorny is the, let's say, is a very good, very important Group 1 for 2 years old over 6 furrow. How come that you had this idea of sponsoring a race meeting in France?
No, I would say France and French racing breeding authorities, French breeders. I mean, they've been good to me from day one. They've been welcoming me, and obviously I won a first Group 1 with my homebred Belbec in France, and then on the biggest day in France, on the Arc Day, and I wanted to give something back to France, not only Group 1 winning stallions, but something else. And when France Gallop approached me last year, January, I think it was, saying that Sheikh Mohammed might stop sponsoring Primorny Day, which Sheikh Mohammed had done for many years. And again, so I didn't hesitate and grabbed this opportunity, and obviously it's one of the biggest day, and timing-wise, it's around Arcana August sale.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think it is a win-win for maybe for France Gallop and for me and my company.
I think that is a good choice because, as you say, the sales will be on, so people from all over the world will be there, so they will have the opportunity to know better Sumbe, which is your company, and of course the stallions, and your organization. So this is a very good choice.
It's obviously at Hessmans in the UK, we were a private farm, only my mares and no clients. But in France, we are doing a different job. So we have stallions. We need to look after our partners who would send their mares to our stallions, and it's a completely different job, and it's a big challenge. But I wanted to get into stallion business all my life. So I mean, so
now you will have Lazat, unfortunately, is a gelding, but Charin is a multiple Group 1 winner. He will be one of the stars in your farm. I have a final question for you, because you said you started by horses in training in the UK, then you bought Esmond Farm, then you bought 2 farms in France. But I have to say that there is something behind this. So if I well understood, your main business is oil. Am I right?
I would say it used to be, but I'm semi-retired from 2010. So it's
right.
Almost 14 years. So my main business, it's breeding.
That's good. So you are fully dedicated to this job.
No, I've got my business in Kazakhstan,
of course,
but not at the same level than I used to have. So before 2010, when I sold all my assets, almost all my assets, so I used to employ almost 10,000 people in Kazakhstan. So
my God.
But when I sold my assets in Kazakhstan so steadily, so now I'm semi-retired. So
okay, but in France you have, as a trainer, you have André Fabre, you have Jérôme Régnier, and then what's the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
And Christopher Hedge, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Christopher Hedge, sorry. Yes, what's the plan for Charin now?
Oh, so I think Charin will stay in training with Roger Varian, because he is based in the UK. So with
Moulin de Longchamp?
Yeah, with Charin, so Mulan would be an option, and if Charin would be healthy and sound, so we'll try to win one more Group 1 race with Charin in France. With Charin, so we had a choice to run him in the Sussex Stakes as well, but I decided to run him in Jacques Marois, just to introduce him to French public, French breeders, and
very clever decision.
I'm sure he would have won the Sussex the same style, because I strongly believe he's the best miler in Europe. So,
oh yes,
yeah, and I'm happy to take on any horses who would want to run with Charin. But obviously we have 2 races in mind with Charin. It's Mulan at Longchamp, and then obviously Ascot, the QE2.
Yeah, QE2.
Yeah, QE2. Yeah. So these 2 races, and then yeah. So we will think about next year. Yeah.
Of course. Anyway, I have to thank you very much for being on the program. It was a great pleasure, and I wish you many success, and I wish you a very good day on Sunday when you will sponsor all the racing day in Deauville with the Prix Morny. Thank you very much for having been with us.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, take care. Yeah.